What's the best part of road trips?
The best part? I would say just a different environment. I think we're so used to playing in front of like Bob Devaney and all the Husker fans, and so going to travel into other, like once we get to like some games like Wisconsin and Minnesota and their crowds, I think we kind of thrive in those moments when opponents' crowds are kind of screaming at us.
What's the worst part of road trips?
I would probably say just routine in a way. It can be kind of hard to like stay in a routine of what we're used to doing when we're like at home, when we're living in a hotel and getting meals like catered in and just always on a bus or a plane. I think it can be hard to kind of like settle down and stay focused in a way. So I would say that's probably in a way the hardest part.
What kind of step forward did the team take serving last weekend?
I think we took a huge step. I mean, against Rutgers, I think we had like 12 aces or something, and then Maryland I thought was one of our like best serving games we've had all year. And so I think, I mean, it's always been a focus of ours this year, but I think now that Big Ten's starting and we're finally getting like a little smoother and getting the hang of things, and like the freshmen are getting kind of more comfortable out there, I think everyone's starting to get more comfortable with just really being aggressive with their serves.
Is that just that level of comfort? Was that the biggest difference to make between some of the air-filled matches before to what happened last weekend?
I would say yeah, because in the beginning of Big Ten, the lineups were still changing, and so some people who don't normally serve are serving, and so I think now that people have had a few games under their belt, that it got a lot smoother in this last weekend.
You guys are leading the country in opponent hitting at this point, doing it a lot different ways than you did last year, though. Bigger block, maybe not as many back row specialists playing there. How have you guys been able to be so effective defensively?
I think it's something we always take pride in is our defense, whether that is blocking or just digging or anything like that. And so I think in practices we always work on it, and it's something that I think we all enjoy, and like I think it's something Nebraska Volleyball really thrives in is their defense. And so I think this year's no different, and I know like our middles this year are like amazing defensively, and our block, like you said, it's a little different. Our block is more defensive this year, and our defense isn't as many DSs back there, but I think it's the same mentality that we're gonna get everything up.
Obviously, you got the Michigan State match first, but Michigan, one of the best offensive teams in the country at this point. You looking forward to testing yourselves against them?
Yeah, I really am. I think the team as a whole finds joy in when we get to face like really good offensive teams, because it does put our defense to a test. So I think we're really excited.
Maddie or Whitney talked a couple weeks ago, I think it was after Ohio State match, about winning ugly. I mean, if you're winning ugly, that means the defense is doing their job and getting a lot of balls up, and offense does enough. I mean, how do you take pride in that winning ugly, that the defense is doing their job?
Yeah, I mean, even I think Coach said it after this past game that if our offense is going to struggle, it just gives our defense more opportunities to make some big-time plays. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, our defense knows that there may be times where our offense is struggling, but that's fine. We're still going to do whatever we can to help the team win.
Lex, you said the challenge with the road trips is it kind of throws you out of that routine. What about this week in particular, where you get back on Sunday night and now you only have a couple of days here and then you got to get back on the road? How frustrating or challenging has this week been in particular?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, it kind of throws us off our routine. We're used to kind of having a few practices here before we head out, and then we practice on the away core, and then we have a game. And this week we just got back. Today was our first practice, then we're leaving tomorrow, and then we have a game on Thursday. So, I mean, it kind of forces everyone to get focused and kind of take every rep for, like, make it intentional. And I think it's good for us because sometimes in those long weeks we can kind of lose our focus. So I think this week was it'll be a good test how we do this weekend, but I think it challenges us to stay focused.
So what did you try to cram a week's worth of practice into like 2 days?
Yes and no. It's kind of just the things he really wants to work on are our focus, and we might not have time to do drills that we normally do.
The season as a whole, you guys are 12-1, 4-0 in the conference. How do you feel like the team overall is playing?
I think we're doing good. I think we've had moments of really, really good volleyball where it's like, oh, we're going to win a championship. And then we've also had moments where it's like, okay, if we play like that, we might not even make it there. So I think we just have to find that consistent level of where everyone's on the same page. We're all trying to compete to beat the other team, and then I think once we get there, we'll be pretty close to unstoppable.
Where do you feel like you are with your serve? I know Cook said a few weeks ago that he adjusted some things technically, so where do you feel like you are confidently?
I think I'm a lot better confidently now than I was a few weeks ago. Like you said, he did kind of change up some things in my serve, and this year my focus was to really have a better serve, and then we just had like a meeting, and statistically, like I'm serving where I should be, and I just made a goal to like serve even higher. So I think I'm a lot more confident in my serve right now, and I'm excited to hopefully make it even better.
How do you get a better serve? Is it placement? Is it spin? Or is it, what are you doing to improve your serve?
I think for everyone it's a little different, but for me personally, I just really focus on like the movement of the ball to try and get it float a little more. And then a big thing is just mindset and just really going out there to try and get the other team out of system.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Lexi.
Thank you guys.